Former Prime Minister Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta will face former Finance Minister Soumaïla Cisse in an August the 11th runoff after failing to win Mali's presidential election in the first round. The provisional results round off a week which saw Malians voting for their first president since a coup toppled the twice-elected government in March 2012. Despite lingering security concerns and complaints over a flawed voter registration process, government figures suggest a turnout of 51.54%, shattering Mali's previous record high of 38%. Keïta, known locally by his initials, IBK, garnered 39.23% of the first-round vote, falling short of the 50% needed to win outright. He was, however, well ahead of Cisse, who secured 19.44%, said Colonel Moussa Seko Coulibaly, Minister of Territorial Administration. Friday's results should help ease tensions after Coulibaly told reporters on Tuesday, before vote counting had finished, that Keïta may exceed the 50% threshold. In a chaotic press conference, the minister said that, with one-third of votes counted, Keïta held a wide lead over the 27-candidate field. He declined to provide any figures in support of his claim. However, the country's media went on to publish the unsubstantiated figures, based on partial results. This, naturally, delighted IBK supporters who took to the streets chanting one round, while enraged Keïta opponents immediately cried foul. But even before Coulibaly's claims, officials within the Cisse campaign were questioning the fairness of the vote. "There is massive fraud," said Baba Daga, a Cisse advisor. "There are many problems with the vote. Private radio announced results that are not true. This constitutes a problem." The FDR coalition, a network of 4 political parties including Cisse's URD party, also released a statement early in the week, denouncing malfunctions that it believed deprived hundreds of thousands of Malians from taking part in choosing the next president. Cisse even said he would reject the election result if the poll did not go to a second round. "There is massive fraud. There are many problems with the vote. Private radio announced results that are not true. This constitutes a problem." Baba Daga, Cisse advisor. This constituted an about-face for Cisse and his allies, who, just days before the vote, told Al Jazeera of the need to press ahead with the election, despite voter registration problems they cited as evidence of a flawed process. On Thursday, Guego Coulibaly, Cisse's campaign director, told Al Jazeera they were suspicious of Keïta's performance in the capital city, Bamako, saying that voting margins as high as 80% were implausible. But thus far, election observers, including those led by the African Union, European Union and APAM, a network of 2,100 Malian election observers, maintain that voter turnout was high and elections were carried out in an orderly manner. They, Malians, did it with serenity, calm and discipline, said Louis Michel, head of the EU Election Observation Mission in Mali. The entire process was based on transparency, he continued. The first round of the presidential election took place in a peaceful atmosphere. History. The August the 11th vote will pit 2 mainstays of Mali's much maligned political class against each other. Keïta was considered by most analysts before the vote to be the futur, and served as the country's prime minister for much of the 1990s. He ran for president unsuccessfully twice before, and was parliamentary speaker during the first term of President Amadou Toumaitere, who was ousted by mutineering soldiers last year. Once a founding member of Mali's largest political party, Adamapazj, Keïta split from the group in 2000 to form his own political party, Rally for Mali, known by its French initials RPM. He finished third in the 2002 presidential elections, narrowly missing the opportunity to face off against Amadou Toumaitere. That vote, which was carried out under delays and amid allegations of vote rigging, remains a rallying cry for some Keita supporters, who maintain to this day that he was robbed of his chance to be president. Keita's reputation on the street is that of a straight shooter and a tough negotiator. In the Bambara language, Malians often refer to Keita as Kekla, a man who says things once and means it. "He is the man for the time," said Lamiko, a taxi driver who has covered his rear windshield with IBK posters. "He is a strong leader and he will restore our honor and our dignity. Our country, with all these problems, all these challenges, we need him." Among political analysts in Bamako, Keita is thought to be the preferred choice of France, and perhaps more crucially, the Malian military, which includes a coterie of putschists who continue to exert influence from the garrison town of Kati. Keita also recently received the endorsement of Sabati 2012, a network of influential and well-financed Muslim leaders, which has refrained from publicly endorsing candidates in the past. But Keita's path to 51% of the second-round vote is not as clear as his frautre status might suggest, and his opponent is no stranger to the inner workings of Malian party politics. Ciss has served as Mali's finance minister and is as well as head of the West African Monetary Union. Like Keita, Ciss rose to prominence within the Adamapazj, running as the party's presidential candidate in 2002. After losing the election to Amadou Toumaitere, Ciss had a bitter falling out with Adamapazj, and formed his own party, the Union for the Republic and Democracy, in 2003. Both Keita and Ciss will be forced to build coalitions if they hope to win the August 11th vote. Ciss already has natural allies in Dromid Emil and Modibo Sadibe, who came in third and fourth respectively, while Keita will be eager to consolidate existing alliances within his own camp. With millions of voters not voting in the first round and hundreds of thousands of ballots rejected, Bamako is already abuzz with rumors of horse trading and deal-making.